I'm Avery here with Cam, and with today's episode, we're going to talk about the top 10 point guards of all time. Now, we're going to do a couple segments of these things. We're going to go through each position. We're going to rank who we think is the best ever in each position. Starting today with the point guard, Cam, what you got? Who's your top 10 all time at the point guard position?
So for my top 10 point guards all time, number 10, old heads are probably going to hate me for this, but I don't care. It is what it is. Number 10 is John Stockton. Number 9, I got Gary Payton. Number 8, I got Steve Nash. Number 7, Jason Kidd. Number 6, Isaiah Thomas. Number 5, Russell Westbrook. Number 4, Chris Paul. Number 3, Oscar Robinson. Number 2, Steph Curry. And number 1, Magic Johnson. Now, I have John Stockton so low because, personally, I think he's the most overrated player in basketball history. And we could have a video on that.
Yeah.
But that's just how I feel about John Stockton. He wasn't that great of a scorer. I did a lot of research on the Jazz back then, and I figured out that the reason he got a lot of assists because the system allowed for him to get a lot of assists.
Absolutely.
So that's why he leads the league in assists currently. And the point guard before him also averaged around 10 to 11 assists, but nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, I don't even know who you're talking about.
I don't even remember his name, to be honest.
I have no clue.
But, I mean, that system allowed him to get a lot of assists. Not only that, he also played with Karl Malone. He just swung it down to the post or wherever Malone was at, he would score the basketball. And it wasn't like John Stockton was making unbelievable passes or high IQ passes. He was just making simple passes. So I don't understand why he gets so much credit for being an all-time assist leader for something as simple as just giving it to an MVP candidate and letting him score. But Gary Payton ahead of John Stockton. Gary Payton doesn't get a lot of love to me. I think he could have beat Jordan in the finals when they played each other. The coach just didn't let him guard him because he was injured or whatever. But that could have definitely been an L on Jordan's record if Payton had just guarded him throughout the whole series. Because Jordan played like absolute trash when Gary Payton was guarding him.
Agreed.
And then for number 8, I have Steve Nash. I like Steve Nash a lot. I think he's very, very good. He has 2 MVPs. Some people say he stole them from Kobe. I guess you could argue that, but regardless of the situation, he was still in the race, even if he didn't win that MVP. So I think he's a pretty good point guard. I think he's definitely better than John Stockton. He could pass better, even if he might not have the assists total that John Stockton has. I believe that he was a better playmaker because he could score the basketball better. He had more versatility to his offensive game.
Exactly.
Then with Jason Kidd, he a better version of Steve Nash to me. He could also rebound the ball very, very, very well for his size. And he's just better than, the guys behind him. Mm-hmm. Then we have Isaiah Thomas. Not a lot needs to be said about him. We know what his boys did back then, Bad Boy Pistons. Beat Michael Jordan 3 consecutive years. Battled with Bird and Magic in the 80s. And he just led his Pistons to, some success. Then we have Russell Westbrook at number 5. And some people might be thinking, how is Westbrook 5? The man averaged a triple-double almost every season. I mean, to do that as a point guard is to do that in general is hard to do, but to do it as a point guard it's unbelievable. And I think Russell Westbrook is only going to get better. If he gets a championship, he might be top 3. He might move up to 3, maybe 2. I don't know, but Westbrook has unbelievable talent. He's still getting better. Like I said, hopefully he gets a championship. Then that leads me to 4, Chris Paul, another one who, if he got a championship, he could be top 3, but he just doesn't have that right now. But Chris Paul is still unbelievable at the point guard position. Probably the best pure point guard to me
Ever.
Ever. That's another segment I think we should do. But
Yeah.
Then Oscar Robinson at 3. Westbrook with championships. I guess that's fair to say.
Pretty much.
Number 2, Steph Curry changed the game completely with his shooting. He can also pass very well, go off the dribble, lay the ball up, or shoot a mid-range very well. He's probably one of the best teammates to play with in NBA history. And then number 1, Magic Johnson. He doesn't need that big of an introduction. We know what he can do. Showtime Lakers. He's a 6'8" point guard who can play 1 through 5. He played the point guard. I'm not point guard. He played center in the championship when Kareem was hurt, I believe. So, yeah, that's my top 10. What's your top 10?
I like your list. Our lists are kind of similar. I think we just got a couple pieces that are just moved around. But I agree with you. I got Stockton at 10 for the same reason that you had. John Stockton ain't really a good defender. I mean, people try to say he was like fake strong, but I don't know where people got that from.
I don't know.
Yeah, his defense is not that good. Yes, he leads in assists. That's the only reason why he cracks my list.
Yeah, that's
it's because he leads in assists. So if I leave him off of this list, that just loses all credibility right there. 9, like you said, I got Gary on there. I think Gary losing to Jordan in the championship is a result of the coach being a Michael Jordan fanboy. Yo, you're injured. You're not capable of guarding him now. Even though you've been locking everybody up all year, you're not gonna guard him now. Like, it's just crazy. Some things like that, you just gotta put that to the side, especially when you're playing against somebody like that. Gary 9 for sure. Now I got Zeke at 8. Here's my reason for having Zeke so kind of high. I've seen some highlights of Zeke. I don't think he was that he wasn't super skilled, but I'll give you this. He was little and feisty. He will fight you to the death. He will go in there and get a rebound. You going up for a layup, he will go in there and try to swat your shot out of bounds. I'm giving him 8 for the simple fact of he may not be as skilled as some of these other people on this list, but his effort to me makes up a lot for him.
Yeah.
So that's why he's 8 for me. 7, Steve Nash. I'm not really a huge fan of Steve Nash, but I mean, I can't say he's not one of the best point guards ever. He's a great playmaker. He can shoot the basketball. Very, very intelligent basketball player. He knows where to set people up. I mean, we've seen him play in the D'Antoni offense, and then we've seen him play in other offenses where it's like, you know what I'm saying, slow, fast. He can do it both.
Yeah.
Next, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is probably the smartest point guard ever. I would love to have him a little lower on this list, but the competition in front of him is just too crazy. Jason Kidd is probably the smartest point guard ever. I mean, we've seen that with him at being a coach, telling one of his players, bump into me so I can spill this so I can get extra time. Like, it's just little things like that go under the radar with Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
What's this next? 6? Yes. Is it 6 or 5? Yeah, 5. 5, I got Russell Westbrook. Probably one of my favorite players right now currently in the NBA. Probably behind Jimmy Butler or Kawhi. But Russell Westbrook. He's going to get every rebound. He's going to dime you. He can score. Mm-hmm. The only thing that he has, and I hate this about him, his persona. He's not a winner. In Westbrook's defense, he could have did what KD did and went to the Warriors and have the same amount of championships as Kevin Durant. So if you're saying Westbrook isn't a winner, he shouldn't be on this list, then Kevin Durant should not be no winner. He don't win either. He jumped on the Warriors to win. That don't count. He's not a winner. So that's why I got Westbrook at 5. If he wins a championship, like you said, he will move up. Yeah, he move up to 3. 3 at the minimum. Yeah. He could pass Curry, but 3 to the minimum. 4, same, Chris Paul. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go on the record right now and say this. Thunder, when he was on the Thunder, I ain't had them making no playoffs.
I ain't either.
Chris Paul got them to the playoffs, and they was fighting the Thunder to the death. Chris Paul taking these garbage Suns, now they the 2nd seed. Mm-hmm. I'm done down Chris Paul. Chris Paul is 4 on this list, and he can only go up. He can't go down.
Yeah.
He can only go up. 3, Big O, Oscar Robinson. That's the original Westbrook. Like you said, is the reason why he's my 3. He has the championships. He also had Kareem. We're not going to go there, but he has the championships. 2, Steph Curry. Changed the game completely. He's the reason it's a 3-point shooting lead.
Yeah.
He's the reason there's elevator doors. He's the reason why everybody in the NBA now is trying to pull from half court, logo, hash marks. Back then, those were bad shots.
Yeah, not a good shot.
Now they're great shots. Dame Lillard's on here saying that's not a bad shot he shoot from half court. Tied up. No time left. And 1, Magic Johnson. Let me tell you why Magic is 1. He can rebound. He can score. Crazy IQ. He can get flashy. But people don't think this. It kind of goes under the radar. Magic Johnson changed the game as much as Steph Curry did. Let me tell you why. 6'10", 6'11 guys, Giannis, even guys like Luka, 6'7", 6'8", they're not supposed to be ball handlers. They grew up looking up to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson made it okay to be 6'7" and dribble, 6'8" and dribble. Luka's out here, 6'7" point guard. He made that okay. So that's why I have Magic at 1. He's got the accolades for sure. He's got the championships. That's why Magic Johnson leads the pack for me.
You know what? I said that we could make it a separate topic, but I think we just added like towards the end of this one right here.
Yeah.
Why John Stockton is overrated to me. Like I said earlier, he didn't do anything special to be that great of a point guard, like a top 5 point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he had Karl Malone in his team. The point guard before him was doing basically the same thing.
Exactly.
Also, John Stockton, I don't know. Like, I just don't think he would. I don't even think he would be he definitely won't be a starter in today's NBA.
Mm-mm.
But would he even be like a role player?
I think, but people think of point guard, they automatically think of passing. When I'm thinking point guard, it's just a guy that runs the show best. Yeah. But when anybody can run your show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when anybody can run your show, that you lose value to me.
Yeah.
So if the guy, like you said, the guy before him did the same thing. So what value does John Stockton has? He has 0 value.
Right. Yeah.
So that's my big thing about him.
And also, when he didn't play with Malone, his stats were. His scoring was a little bit up, but his assists were down. Games without Malone, and then when Malone played without Stockton, there was no hurt on the team.
No change, yeah, which we could assume.
So, but like that tells me that John Stockton benefited from playing Malone with Malone more than Malone benefited with Stockton.
Exactly, because
Malone could just do what he does with what was that point guard's name? Havlicek, or whatever that 2-guard name. Hornacek, that's what it was.
Hornacek, yeah.
Hornacek.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, I just don't. John Stockton, to me, very overrated. I wish Penny Hardaway didn't get hurt. Kyrie, by the end of his career, could probably take his spot. There's a lot of point guards who could be in this 10 spot. Rather than John
there's
Stockton.
A lot of choices. I was really thinking Tony Parker.
I was thinking Tony Parker,
I wanted
too.
Tony Parker so bad. But I just couldn't because John Stockton leads in assists. So, I'm losing credibility there. So
it's not even about credibility. It's like, this is an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is a really bad unpopular opinion, but
it really shouldn't be an unpopular.
Yeah,
opinion.
I don't know why it is.
Because a lot of people say, "Oh, longevity." It's a longevity stat. When you mention LeBron, he's second on time point. It's just a longevity stat. When you talk about John Stockton, that's a longevity stat.
That is true.
So I'm just saying, but on to our shooting guards in the next video.